Hello my beautiful leafies, filling it up to the top because we are going to be going through my 2024 highlights in partnership with Brutal Fruit. Of course, I thought I would sit down before the craziness of this year. Christmas is coming up and then New Year's, and I really just wanted to, let me take a sip. My pretty You Belong glass. I thought I would sit down and go through 24 things that I feel like was the highlight of 2024. So I'm gonna start with number one. I feel like January, so December is my busiest time of year, the festive season for any content creator, YouTuber. So we don't really go away over the December holidays, so we try and go in January. So started the year off with a little hiatus and just grounding, spending time in nature. I didn't vlog at all. I just kind of recapped a little bit after the trip, but it was such a nice trip to just be in nature, spend time with Brain and his family. We went, Brain and I, and then his family and a couple of our friends joined. Brain's birthday is also in January, so it's nice that we get to make like a little trip out of it. So I wanted to say that that was my number one, just to start off the year on a good note. And then apart from Christmas, obviously, I really enjoy Valentine's. I like decorating for Valentine's. I like dressing for Valentine's, like cute little heart sweaters and t-shirts and just cute outfits. I also like to decorate the house with like, cute little, I just love, and the highlight for the Valentine's season was also that Brutal Fruit booked out an entire bowling alley for us girlies, our spritzer sisters, and it was just a way to kick off the year and to just celebrate each other, and just it kind of put the note out there for how the year was going to be. And boy, was it a year in terms of like Brutal Fruit events, because we had a lot, but I'm going to talk about it later. But yeah, it was just such an amazing event. I wore like a metallic pink set and we wore heels, we went bowling, we took pictures, it was just so much fun. And then number three, Brain and I got to celebrate our first wedding anniversary. Can you believe it? Like, I literally cannot believe that we are together, I think like almost 14 years, and that we celebrating our first wedding anniversary. We've been truly tasted and just put into, we said in sickness and in health, and then we were literally in sickness and in healthing. So this year was the first year that we actually got to enjoy our marriage and go on cute little dates. We went on like random Friday afternoon picnics and we just had the best time this year. We really were intentional about each other, and just this was the first year that we actually enjoyed our marriage, as newlyweds. And number four, I feel I just needed to put this one in there because I feel that I grew my fragrance collection like nobody else this year. I think so many others, because I'm like influenced on fragrance talk and perfume talk, but I just feel like I added so many fragrances to my collection this year. I need to count them again, and yeah, I just need to find a new little organizing space for them, because I feel like I'm running out of space. And then number five, speaking of organizing, I feel like this year has really been the year where I was very intentional and just razor focused about what I buy, not just within home decor, but fashion as well. Just trying to niche down, if I can say so, and just be organized. I feel like we've been living here for 3 years now, and when we moved in here, it was amazing because we moved from a small little apartment to this house, and we just had so much space. And now all of a sudden it's like, oh my goodness, where do I put this? The drawers are bursting at the seams. Like literally all of my dresses are creased because they're not hanging like straight. There's just so much in the cupboard. But yeah, I feel like this year I've been really intentional about organizing my space, just creating a space for my things and just having respect for them. There's nothing wrong about having things. It's all about just creating a space for them. and just to honor them and respect them and to just be organized. So I feel like this year I've really been organized and intentional about my space. And I feel like number 6, also with like my style, I feel that I've discovered my style since probably like turning 30, growing older, because I mean I've had different styles over the past few years, and I've also come to realize that it truly is okay to not have a set style and to like different things, and to is even with like home decor, I like organic, I like modern, but like a little bit of Nancy Meyers, and like, you know, the granny in me is screaming. So yeah, I like to have different options. One day, even with fragrances, like I'm literally an oud girly, and then I'm a fresh floral girly. Like they don't make sense, but sometimes I even wear them together. So yeah, I think it's all about just finding your style, what you feel good in. It's not going to be the same for everyone, and it's truly okay to have different, like a different spectrum of styles, from like literally that's completely contrasting, from wearing neutrals and then all of a sudden you like color. Like, look at me, I'm a French girly that always wears French and neutral nails, but now it's Christmas and I want brown nails, you know, to match my decor in my house. So yeah, I feel like it truly is okay to have multiple preferences and styles, and just it's okay to be you. Like there's not going to be any other person like you, so you might as well just, girl, if you got it, flaunt it. So that's how I feel about this past year. Number 7, speaking of houses, liefies, we shot the most incredible Brutal Fruit campaign. We had to be on set at like 6 a.m. and then we left at 6 p.m. It was such a crazy full shooting day, but the house we shot out, it was incredible. It had a bowling alley, again the bowling alley theme this year. It had a whole movie theater, entertainment room, and we got to shoot at this house. We got to shoot in like the bedrooms, and just like in between the shots, I walked around in this house and I just gasped. It really gave me the motivation that I needed, that, you know, one day I can also live in a house like that, and just with hard work and commitment and just investing your time into your craft and just being intentional with your time and working hard for what you want. It is possible. It is going to take time, but I'm okay with time. Like it, as long as I can just get there one day and just have the beautiful house. Not that I feel like this house isn't beautiful. I'm very thankful for this house. I feel like we've grown so incredibly much the past few years. I mean, everything I have, I worked for. Nothing was passed down to me, and I'm just so grateful for how far I've come. And then number 8, we traveled quite a lot this year. I traveled quite a lot this year. I'm not going to talk about all of my travels, but we normally just travel for work. I normally travel for work, and then Brain will fly down, and then we'll kind of make a trip out of it. You know, it just makes sense. It's more affordable, because then I'm not paying for my flights, because the brand will pay for my flights most of the time, and then we just have to pay for Brains, and then maybe an extension of our stay. So it makes sense, you know. I mean, if you had the opportunity, you would also do it. So, but this year we actually went to Cape Town just because, and just flew down just for a friend's birthday to celebrate her. So I wanted to just celebrate all my friends in one of these highlights, and just how good of a year this has been for friendships, and, you know, friendships growing, and just getting to know the people that I surround myself with, and also you liefies, like the friends that we get to be here on this platform. And number 9, on our way back from this Cape Town trip, it wasn't like we didn't even plan it this way. It just ended up I was like, oh, I am in Cape Town, so we can shoot. Yes. They were like, please send your ID for flight details. I'm like, no, I'm already in Cape Town, so it's okay. So I mean, I could have saved some money on a flight, but it just worked out perfectly. So we shot a campaign with Maybelline, one of the coolest campaigns. I mean, I've been in this industry for coming up to 10 years, and well, like 8 or 9 years, and I've never done a campaign like this. And we spent probably like 3 or 4 hours at the actual security offices getting accreditation and getting things sorted to actually go on the plane. I mean, liefies, it's such a process. Like, you can't have the only thing you can have on you is probably your phone. You couldn't have any sharp objects, any bags, jackets, none. You just got like a little vest, like a reflective vest, and a name tag, and then that little name tag took about 3 hours to get, and then we had 30 minutes on the plane to like probably max an hour, because they were cleaning the plane in between us. We were shooting, we had to do like ready for liftoff, and then got pilot shot. It was such an incredible campaign. Never done anything like it, so I definitely wanted to put that as one of my highlights. It was also the time where the wind was so strong. There was like wind warnings, and cars and caravans and buses and trucks were literally like turned over because of this wind. So highlight is that we survived that, and that none of us got hurt. Oh my goodness, that was like one of the craziest things. To actually, the one time we decided to go to Cape Town just for going, it ends up being like literally the worst winds ever. Number 10, Brendan and I celebrated. We came back and we celebrated our first wedding anniversary. We decided to celebrate our wedding anniversary a little bit later in the year, which I'll get to. But Brendan just took me on a really, really cute date. It was so fun. And then at home, we just decided to celebrate at home, and I cooked our wedding food for us, and I think I'm going to do that every single year. I think I started a tradition, so for every year I'm gonna make us, what did we have? I think we had, like, on our wedding we had all the meats. We had lamb, we had beef, and we had chicken, but I think I just made one. But then we had bamboo cookies, we had a caprese salad, we had like green beans wrapped in bacon, so I did that. And I think we had like baked potatoes, like proper Sunday food like your mom would make. And it was just so nostalgic. I feel like it didn't taste as good as Bell and Blossom makes it, but very, very close. And number 11, I also want to take an opportunity for Brain's mom, because I feel like she has been doing so amazing. I think it's going on 3 years now where she's been fighting cancer, and she's just such a strong and incredible woman. It's still a journey. It's still not gone yet, but it's improving. The cancer counts are going down. So I just wanted to raise a glass to her for her strength, her, just how strong and incredible she is. She's such an incredible woman. And if you have any family members that are facing the same thing, I wanted to raise a glass to you and to your family member for just, it's such a tough time. And just, since I lost my mom, it's such a difficult thing to look into the eyes and to know that what could be, especially because Brendan and I don't have kids yet, and we want her to be a granny. I would have loved for my mom to be a granny. So I just wanted to raise a glass to her that she is still here, and we love her, we appreciate her, and we can't wait to drop our babies off and just go away for the weekend one day. Number 12, I got to be on the cover of Sari Digital. So Sari and 𝘠𝘪𝑥 is a magazine that my mom used to read. We always had it around the house. So I'm still manifesting to be on one of the actual covers in the near future, maybe when I have a baby or when I'm a mom. But I got to be on the cover with 𝘠𝑰, so that was really, really incredible and such an honor. And just, I wish I can hang all of my digital covers as well. I have all of my physical printed covers in the hallway. And then number 13, I just had to, like I said in the beginning, Brutal Fruit really set the note for this year, and we did so much this year. We went on so many Brutal Fruit Spritzer Saturdays. We hosted so many by ourselves. It's really like, it's a community. Like, Spritzer community is just a place where you can belong, where you can celebrate yourself, where you can celebrate each other. I mean, the recent Brutal Fruit Spritzer Saturday brunch, my friend picked me up. I love that my friends can come along as well. They always end up taking my picture, but I'm pretty sure they don't mind. But we get to have such a nice time together, and she picked me up and she was like, dude. I was like, She literally bought a car, and we celebrated her that day, and it was just such an incredible moment. And to be surrounded by like-minded women that want to be celebrated, that want space for themselves, and Brutal Fruit gives us that space to belong and to celebrate ourselves, to be in the moment, to just, have the best day, dress cute. Like, the girlies dress up. That's what I love about the Spritzer Saturday brunches. The girlies are not scared, and they dance, they sing, they take pictures. It's like always a highlight for me every single year, every single Brutal Fruit Spritzer Saturday brunch. And we had so many throughout this year. Like, oh my goodness, I can't even, we had quite a lot. And then a little bit contrasting, I did hear on one of my vlogs, someone commented this, but to me it's not. I don't feel like enjoying a Spritzer Saturday and enjoying a Brutal Fruit and then going to church the next day has to be contrasting. I feel that we are all adults. It's not like we're stumbling into church half drunk or hungover. We are just living a healthy, balanced life, celebrating each other, enjoying an alcoholic beverage, not over consuming, drinking responsibly, and just having a good time, and then dressing up the following day, going to church and praising the Lord. So I also wanted to add number 14, that I'm so proud of us for literally just loving church at the moment. We used to, for a couple of years, we were kind of church searching for a while. We were going here, going there, going to my mom's church, going to this church, and then this, going to with a friend, and never really finding your feet. Just going where people, love praising the Lord, singing together, hearing a good message, and having a coffee afterwards, or like making a day out of it with your friends and family. I really feel like we're in a good space, and I just wanted to add that as one of my highlights, because I feel that also coming to with my next highlight, number 15, I really feel like I'm in a good space in my life. I feel like I can be so open with you. I feel like I can be myself. I feel like I don't have to, because I feel like religion is such a, we all live different lives, and I feel like it's something that we all have different experiences with, have different, outlooks on life and on, everything. But I really do feel like I'm living in God's purpose for my life, and I wake up every single day getting to do this and getting to reply your messages and being friends with you and creating this community, having this leafy community that I just love so very dearly, and just, waking up every morning knowing that I'm living in somewhat of God's purpose for my life. For years I've had so many questions about it, because how do you know? Like, how do you know if you're living in God's purpose for your life? And it's still something that you kind of experience and unfold. It's like an onion, you just peel layer by layer, and you just experience different layers of it and just different parts of it. And you go through ups and downs, but I truly feel like I'm meant to do this. I don't want to do anything else, even if I'm offered way more, like, I don't have any freedom when it comes to time. I'm pretty much working all the time. A lot of people think that content creators, YouTubers, influencers have a lot of time. We have a lot of freedom and choice in terms of time, how to maybe shift different things, move things around. But yeah, you kind of leave your 9 to 5 thinking that you're going to work less, but then you end up working 24/7. But I will do it 24/7 if I get to have this feeling every day that I get to do this for a living and be a friend to one of you, and just to go through life and share it with you, liefies. And then number 16, you liefies, like, I'm going to touch on a little bit of gold and diamonds, because you know me, I love my gold and my diamonds. Also, I want to say a highlight of 2024 for me. The light is changing. It's not bothering me anymore like it used to. I would stop. I would literally stop. I would stop, start all over again. I would literally stop and start from number 1 again, and just because it needs to be perfect. I feel that I want to add that sneaky one in somewhere with the purpose, because I feel that I've truly grown this year to just, you know what, weather, sound, like even the aircon, I would put this aircon off and make sure that it's quiet, and then I would die of the heat, sweating and everything. It's just like, it's fine. Like, we're having a chat, we're having, you know, a little time together. You can put me on while you clean, you can put me on while you organize, while you just, like, you know, rest, or while you cook. So it's really not that deep. I feel that I've really grown out of my perfectionism this year and really showed up. I've shown up for myself, and I've shown up for you, no matter what my skin looked like, what I felt like. You know, some days you have to just take a break, because you can't give with an empty cup. But I truly feel that I've stepped so much out of my perfectionism this year, out of my comfort zone, and I've really allowed myself space to grow and to be and to just create, and I've really loved that. And then number 16, you can see all of my gold and my diamonds. I love jewelry. Is like a love language for me. I truly love it, and I loved that I got to grow my gold and diamond collection this year. This is one of the pieces that I got this year, and I added 1 or 2 charms. I added this one last year for my 30th. I don't know if you can see the little rose. Got to add that one. And then I think last year I also added this heart that has a little bit of a gap in there because it's for Brain's heart surgery, because he has replaced parts now. And then this was the 𝘸𝘪𝘥 diamond privé, the Jessica ring. I don't know if you can see that. It focuses the cameras quite far. And then obviously my wedding ring. But getting to my story, apart from adding beautiful pieces to my collection, one of the highlights of 2024 has to be, you know, it's one of my fears to, especially because I'm always buying outfits at events and stuff, for events, like fresh stuff, fresh on the rack, and then the chances of someone else wearing this thing is so, like, the chances are good. So Anazad had an event with 𝘸𝘪𝘥, the Piccola collection. So the Piccola collection is like a little bit different. I have a couple of pieces on my wish list from there, actually. Might go there after I'm done with my work, or just in the beginning of next year. But so it's like a different collection. It's a little bit more hip, a little bit more cool, and I'm nothing like that, you know. I'm not cool at all. So yeah, I was like, what would Anazad wear? And I went into H&M and I got an outfit, and I was like, oh, Anazad would wear this. Get to the event, Anazad literally wearing, not Anazad wearing the exact same thing, but it was so cute. We made a moment out of it. It was so fun, like literally. It was so cute. And I feel like after that, we truly formed like some sort of connection and friendship. And all of the 𝘸𝘪𝘥 babes, I truly feel like they are sisters to me. Same with Brutal Fruit. It's like a sisterhood. You get to work with such incredible women, and just to be in their space and to take pictures with them and spend like a few days with them, especially on like trips and staycations. And yeah, I love that I get to do all of these events with the different brands. Another one that stood out for me, number 17, the Mother's Day Kerastase event. This was literally We celebrated all of the mothers. I got to pick a winner, and her mom got to join us, and it was just a table full of beautiful women and their moms. I got to bring my mother-in-law, and I literally remember number 18, I had to pack and jump on a plane on my first ever brand trip with Nivea. Like, I've been doing this for so long, it's so many years, like I said, almost 10 years, but I've never gone on a brand trip, and it was just such an incredible moment for me. I gave my everything. I slept probably 3 hours a night. I was out there creating content. I wanted to show this brand why they chose me, and I didn't want to disappoint them, and I really just showed up for them, and it was such an incredible experience. And then number 19, a few days later actually, Brain hopped on a plane and he joined me. So that was our anniversary anniversary trip. So we spent a few days in Germany, and it was just such a nice little trip. We've decided that was going to be our yearly trip. So we want to do like international trip every single year. Last year for our honeymoon, we obviously went to Paris, we went to the Netherlands, to Amsterdam, and previously we've been to Dubai, we've been to Mozambique, Botswana, obviously within South Africa, Cape Town, we've been to the Kruger National, like obviously, but we wanted to hear from you which place you would suggest, because we want to plan our trip for this year. We're thinking maybe like Mauritius or Zanzibar, or I don't know, maybe like a baby making holiday or something like that. And then number 20, self-care. I feel like self-care was so big for me this year, because I really took time to take care of myself, to go for spa days. I went on a little spa day at Mangwanani a couple of times with my friend, and we celebrated Spritzer Saturday like that. We literally went for random little trips, and just self-care at home, and just allowing myself time to take care of myself. I go for my walks every single day now. I go for 5 kilometers every single day. I literally take one little day off, and I really just allow myself to take care of myself, spend time to create healthy recipes, to prep my food, to sleep, to rest, to not overstimulate my body, to stress less. I feel like this year I really went silent with my self-care, and didn't talk much about it because I really had to just work on myself, and I really didn't feel like myself, and I feel that I've really gotten my glow back, my spark back, and I'm at a good place. Last year I really wasn't in a good place with my health, with my mental health, my mental clarity, just fear for life, to be quite honest with you, especially with brain stuff. And I kind of lost myself in the fear of losing my husband. So I really had to just dig deep and just look at myself, take care of myself. So I feel like self-care has been a big highlight for me in 2024. I lost around 15 kilos, but for me it's not about the weight loss, it's about the self-gain, if that makes sense, like how good I feel and how well balanced I feel, and that I'm in such a good place at the moment, and I just want to continue that. I want to maintain that, and I never want to go back to the place of not loving myself anymore. I'm not saying that you shouldn't love yourself when you have a bigger body, or that you shouldn't treat yourself if you have A, B, C, D. I'm just saying that you need to take time for yourself to look after yourself, and I really prioritized that this year, and I'm so proud of myself for doing that. And I feel like 2025 is gonna be the year of me coming back. I feel like 2018, 2019 Jess, she's gonna be even better. So I'm really excited for that. And then 21, hair health. I feel like hair health has been, I've been through quite a bit with my hair this year, especially with all the stress from last year. I used to have a lot of hair. Even looking at pictures from 2 years ago, from a year ago, I'm like, yo, I had a lot of hair. And now I've lost probably like more than half of the hair on my head. I try and do this full voluminous blowout kind of vibe just so that it looks fuller. But if I have straight hair, it's just like twee little stringetjies on the side. And to go from a pony being this thick to it being like this, it truly is like heart-wrenching. It's like, oh my goodness, my hair. And it takes so long to grow back. Like, I'm so grateful for all of the little baby hairs that are growing back, but they're going to take a while. But I had to just stop the heat. I had to stop coloring my hair. I haven't colored my hair in over a year and a half, so this is pretty much like my natural hair color, and I must say I really love it. And also using good products and just giving my hair the flowers that they deserve, and investing time and money into my hair. Pajama hair, oh, it was not fun this year. It was not fun at all. And speaking of fun, number 22, Brutal Fruit hosted a staycation. And although we're still waiting, like I said with the Nivea Germany trip, we're still waiting for Brutal Fruit to take us on an international trip. It will happen, manifesting. But they created like a little staycation for us, and it was so nice to just spend time with all of the girls. We stayed at like a house, and there was like a pool. We played games. The rooms were all cute. We had like a cute lunch and dinner set up. It was just, it was so fabulous. So I'm really manifesting 2025's highlight to be an international trip with Brutal Fruit. And then number 23 was just brands recognizing me on a different level. The last few months of 2024, I feel like I got to speak on a couple of panels where brands really want my insight in terms of like between creator and the brand, and they want to know what works. They want to know how we want to do it. They want insight on content creation and just my experience and my expertise, because I feel like I am an expert in this field. I'm one of the first YouTuber content creators that started in South Africa like nearly 10 years ago, when I didn't blog, but when I started bloggers. Hey everybody, thank you so much for watching and welcome back to my channel. It's getting closer and closer to Christmas and I'm getting so excited. Like blogger content creators and websites, if I think of like Kiss, Blush and Tell and like all of those girls that started out with me, it truly is amazing to be recognized by brands on that level, where they want your expertise. They want to know what's working. They want to know what you want the future of content creation and working with brands to look like. And I got to speak on like 2 or 3 panels literally like recently, so it was really nice, and a couple of behind the scenes ones like in meetings and stuff like that. So that really meant a lot to me this year. So number 24 for 2024, I feel like I worked on a lot of campaigns this year, and if I just think of all the money I spent on the outfits and all of the time and the effort and the cameras that I bought. I vlogged, I brought you along on all of the Spritzer Saturdays and all of the events, and vlogged. I feel like I vlogged quite a bit this year, but I feel like out of everything, my highlight for 2024 is just your support, your love, your encouragement, just this community that we call liefies. It truly, like, I think this was our best year yet. You've shown me such incredible support. Like, I cannot thank you, liefies, enough. Like, you are going to make me emotional if I think of just the bond that we've formed over the past few years. And when I sit down, I don't see a camera. I don't see just me talking to a lens. I see all of these people. I see all of these different faces. Like, when you come up to me in public and you give me a hug and you smile, and it's just the warmth you give me and the stories you tell me, how you open up to me on DMs and share your sadness with me, share your passion with me, share your children. Like, some of you don't even post your children, but you send videos of your little kids watching my videos, and it's just like, I'm so thankful to be sitting in this living room and cheersing to a year that has been so incredibly fruitful, and I just cannot wait for 2025. I feel like the best is yet to come. I feel like it was a hard year, but next year is going to be even harder because we are going to be growing even more, and we're going to be challenged even more, and we're going to do it together. We're going to face all of the trials and tribulations, but still in the same breath, we're going to face all of the cheers and cheerfulness and the joy and the celebrations, and cheers to belonging together and to just taking up space. I'm really, really excited, my liefies. Cheers to this year. I would love to hear not necessarily 24 highlights of your 2024, but maybe just 4 things. Maybe just 4 things that truly stood out to you this year. I would love to hear them in the comments. I would love to read them and smile and to reply to you. You truly mean so much more to me than you think and then you realize, and I'm excited to spend the rest of Vlogmas with you. I'm gonna vlog today, and then I will see you, liefies, very, very soon. Thank you for coming along on my little chats and my 2024 highlights, for sitting with me, for listening to me, and I hope you enjoyed. I love you so, so, so much. Cheers, my liefies. Let me pour my last little bit.